Hello beautiful makeup lovers, bellezas, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be reviewing the new Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer, and this product came to me as a surprise. I didn't have many hopes for it, but I decided to give it a try. And I don't have complexion, I don't have any foundation or other concealers from Hourglass. This is my first complexion product from Hourglass. I recently, during the holidays, purchased the Ambient palette, which is the holiday palette with bronzers and powders. I always wanted to try them, but they always came out too light for my complexion. And finally, I decided to give it a try to this concealer, which shocked me. I checked online, I purchased my item from Sephora and went directly to the store to test it on my skin and see the different texture and colors, because I didn't want to take my chance with Hourglass. I really didn't know how it would look on me. I picked shade Flax, which is described as a medium deep with golden undertones. Now let me talk a little bit about myself if you are new to my channel before we get into the application and swatches. I am 42 years old. I have yellow or golden undertones. That's why I picked this shade in particular. And I have fine lines, and especially this side of my face, on this eye, I have like the eyelid kind of folding and more deep wrinkles that if I don't use the right concealer, they will really show. Now I really can afford, like I'm sure most of you ladies, to wear a lot of makeup. Now on camera I'm wearing a little bit more, I'm going out to dinner and I want to look good. I don't have many concealers. I'm a creature of habit and I kind of stay with what I know and I'm safe. However, now that I have this YouTube channel, I have to purchase new products to show you and be informative, educate you on what to get and how to spend your money. I know a lot of you work probably long hours and you want to make sure that you get the coverage and longevity for your product, and that's what I'm here for. But we also need to look natural. I have never baked, I try, but it does not look good on me. That's just not me or my style. I'm more of a natural look person. I like to look fresh. I don't want to emphasize my pores around here or my fine lines. I like to look natural. That's more of my style. Although sometimes we like to carry it away a little bit with makeup, especially at night. But I have a few formulas that I will share with you. I will compare this concealer to the other shades I have with prices and color and longevity and shade. So without further ado, let's get into this video. The Vanish Airbrush Concealer comes in a frosted modern tube with a tapered doe foot applicator, perfect for eye corner application. This concealer is described as a full coverage, weightless and waterproof concealer with microferrical powders that blurs and brightens for up to 16 hours of skin protection. It's a full coverage concealer. The finish is natural. The formulation is liquid. This concealer retails for $34. It comes in 22 shades and is recommended for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin type. It's cruelty-free and free of radicals. Bobbi Brown, Giorgio Armani, Magic Away, Charlotte Tilbury, Chanel, Givenchy, NARS, Tom Ford, Double Wear Stick Loader, Vanish Airbrush Hourglass. All the shades have the same tone, very much alike. yellow undertone, except for the tone 4 that is a shade darker because I use it for my face instead of for my eyes. I'm going to start by applying the concealer on this eye, and as you see, my dark circles are very, very deep. My lines around here, and on this eye you can see how the eyelid is falling a little bit more than on this eye. So what I would do is apply it directly with the applicator, just here where I have like the deepest and the darkest on my eyes, the darkness on my eyes. And you kind of have to work fast with this concealer. Here and a little bit here, just a tiny bit, and right here. I'm going to apply this side with the brush. This is a Sephora brush. You'll be able to see the coverage. This color is pretty good. I do not bake, I do not use the concealer way lighter than my skin tone. I do not like that raccoon effect or that bright effect. It's just not me. And I go with my foundation brush and kind of like blend it all, as you see. Gives me luminosity, it covers my dark circle and doesn't intensify my lines. Now on the other side I will use the sponge, and this concealer is pretty thick. I was a little bit scared when I first tried it at Sephora. I have the marks on my sunglasses here. You get a little bit more coverage of this concealer when you apply it with a brush. When you use the sponge, it removes a little bit of the excess of the product, and I think it looks a little bit, you can see a little bit of the darkness right here. So I will have to reapply it a little bit, just a tiny bit there. And I think I'm gonna apply it also on my eyelids. I wasn't going to do it, but just for purpose demonstrations I will, because I want to cover all the areas of my eyes. I used the sponge on this eye, I forgot, but it was on a lid. You really do not need to set this concealer. It's like it sets itself. I'm gonna smile, so you see, getting closer so you can see the wrinkles here, but really they don't intensify. I really like the coverage of this concealer a lot. It gives me the brightness I'm looking for that youthful look that we all like to have, but also it gives me the coverage without making me look too cakey. Now I will set with powder this eye, and I will leave this one alone, and just because I want you to see the effect after I come back and check with you when I finish my makeup. And I will use Charlotte Tilbury in color dark. The days I've been using this concealer, the first time I tried on, I set it with powder and I saw that I didn't needed it. And the other days, I didn't. I really did not need to set it, and it's just a little bit. I really think you don't need to set this concealer, but let's remember this eye has powder, this one is not powder. Let me finish my makeup and I will come back and check with you again. And I'm back with my final thoughts. At the end of finishing my makeup, unfortunately time caught up with me and I had to leave to go out to dinner with my husband, and this is the time. It's right now 10:29, let's say 10:30, and this is how my face looks, my under eyes. It looks fantastic. As you can see, this is the side right here that I did not powder. I did not set it with translucent powder. This is the side I did, and it still looks very nice. It's fine, I think. I mean, I'm gonna smile, and after 5 to 6 hours since I did my makeup, it looks great. I think it's very forgiving. As you see, I got you even closer. After 6 hours, it does not look cakey or heavy. Still looks light, and even better after a few hours. Very luminosity, lightweight, and that's one of the things I like the most from this concealer, the luminosity. This concealer really truly surprised me. I was not expecting to find my shade. That's the number one. I do not have my shade with Hourglass. Needless to say, I am shocked how bright my eyes look. It gives me the coverage and the longevity that I'm looking for, but still with a nice natural finish. It's a thick concealer, it really is, but you can use it with powder or without powder. This concealer is very luminous, very hydrating. It doesn't set on your lines. It's really a good product. At my age, I cannot fool around with heavy formulas that will make me look a lot older. Ladies in your 50s, this is a favorite, it's a lifesaver. Believe me, you're going to love it. Your ladies in your early 20s, in your 30s, and in your 40s, and gentlemen as well, you're going to love this product. I highly recommend it. I really like that it's natural finish, that it won't set on my lines or on my pores, because there's nothing worse, especially for somebody like me in my 40s, to apply your concealer and just see how it gets, how you lose the coverage, but at the same time it sits on your lines, and all your makeup get messed up. No good. Now let me explain to you one thing. Since I've been wearing this concealer for the last few days, testing it, I wear it with different foundations, different powders and primers. I use it even as my eyelid primer, which I've been having trouble because I have age oily eyes, and I say age because I have my hooded eyes, and still it worked perfect. I'm really truly in shock with this wonderful, amazing product, and highly recommended. And remember, this product is very pigmented, and a little goes a long way. Apply a few dots, use your fingers, use your brush, use your beauty blender, whatever suits you and whatever is your preference. And it does oxidize a little bit, not much, but a tiny bit, which is fine. I really like that with this concealer, the darkness under my eyes didn't come through. I know it's only been 5 to 6 hours, but it gave me the coverage. I know a lot of you ladies, some of you and gentlemen as well, work from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, and you want to have the coverage. I think if you apply powder, you're gonna get more coverage than if you don't. Now I apply no powder during the time that I wear it. For 2 days I did apply powder just to see the effect, but I think it gives you more longevity, but I prefer without it. It's still very luminous, moisturizing, and highly pigmented. And even though it's a thick formula, it can be thinning out and apply on your skin and make it look very fresh and luminous. At the end, for me, this is just a beautiful product, and is going to become a favorite of mine from now on. I hope that this video was helpful and informative for all of you that are thinking on getting this concealer. And if you are thinking about getting it, I recommended it, highly recommended it. It has a huge, very nice with different undertone range of shades for every skin tone. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload videos like this. Follow me on social media, and thank you all so much for all of the love and comment you always leave me. It means the world to me. Thank you, and I will see you on my next video.